Good evening, speed gaming, and welcome to LTTP Randomizer Daily Race. I know it's been a little bit. Today we've got a special mode, and we're going to have this special mode for the next few weeks, leading up to Speed Gaming Live. We have our weekly open mode will actually be the SG Online or the on-site mode. It is open with boots. A couple other little changes are going to be going on for that mode, but this is generally what it is. It's a modified hard pool. You'll start with the boots, but there are 3 swords in the pool. The 4th one will turn into a green 20. There's a lot of heart pieces, not a lot of heart containers. There's only like 2 bottles in the pool. They're both empty. The other bottles become other stuff once you collect them. There is no half magic. Silvers do exist in this one, so there's a bit of a weird mix of items here. Should be a fun race. As I said, this is the mode for the on-site Speed Gaming Live event happening at the beginning of next month. So if you're unfamiliar, this will be a cool little preview of that. But we are featuring Lanix and Aku Heish today. They both start at Sank and they get the lamp. And arrows, nothing. We do need a bow before that becomes relevant, but we'll hopefully get that soon. By the way, I am Jesse Radical Sniper 99 handling your comms today. Tracking is Solit. Thank you, Solit, for signing up. So we could get this going. Tier 1 tree pull is just regular hearts, nothing too great. We'll see what the bush crab offers. Bush crab is saying, here's more arrows to something you cannot use yet. The lumberjack is... What was that? I did not get a good eye on that one. Was it a glove? I thought it was, but I did not get a good view on either runner's side. We've got a red crystal eastern, a regular crystal desert, and a green pendant Hera. There is the moon pearl in our thief drop. And that's the thing. We're going to talk, about this mode having the boot start. A very common play in boot start modes is to go and scout the Aga Ledge with those boots. So I'm not surprised we're going to see that today. Smart piece of info here for Aku and Lanix. We're getting bombs. That bomb pile or that rock pile, whenever you bonk it, will drop a bomb. And the very customary 2-bomb pickup. More arrows, of course, because we need them. There's the 10-pack of bombs. Very nice. Our other glove. And more bombs. We're fine. Bombs are great. But yeah, the signups for the SG Live tournament are currently open. So if you are attending Speed Gaming Live next month, do make sure to sign up for this tournament if you are interested in joining. When people get there, they will be kind of looking to move into groups and get that stuff all settled. So I believe their plan is to close the signups before officially, before the true, in-person event is moving. Aku going back into the well, gonna get the last 10 rupees. And so is Lanix here, so heads up saying I've got $90. Let me make sure I get enough money to hit bottle vendor real quick. But that bow is nice. We can beat Eastern now. We'll see how quickly they rush that play. We don't have a lot of other great options yet. We'll do South Shore, but honestly, Eastern with a bow and a lamp is a very straightforward kill. And now we've got a sword. That is just the kindest dungeon. There we go. Rick, Adirondack Rick, thank you for posting that. Signups close Tuesday, October 1st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, and groups will be announced on Wednesday. And there's our second sword, so hey, if you want those mitts, you can go get them. Maybe wait a little bit just to get a little bit better equipment. It's going to be a scary Aga tower right now, but, you know, it's available. Now, Akuhaish is going to go after the early play, or the lined race game. I'm personally an advocate of doing the scout that we're seeing on Lanix's side, but we'll see if it makes a difference. Nope, bombs. So Lanix gaining back a little bit of time there. And we are getting Hyrule Castle, at least from both runners here. So we're going to head into Uncle. This could be front of escape into Aga. I would say I would have been a little bit more to the play of doing back of escape real quick, then doing the front, but not a huge deal. I think the only worry is if you don't get the small key in the front, so then you're kind of isolating the back a little bit. It's quick to get to, but given our equipment, I also wonder if you want to do some other checks, like could I have gotten a Master Sword? Could I have gotten a Fire Rod? Just to make Aga a little cleaner. This is not a fun set of equipment. Like, 3 hearts is kind of cruddy. And Akuhaish is just saying, I don't even care about escape. Like, I'm killing Aga. Like, this is ballsy. No doubt. But if you are confident in your 3-heart Aga tower, go for it. Like, rock on. I don't know. I mean, this is a cool rule set. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I'll say, I know the admins of the SG Online randomizer event, and spoiler open is a pretty dope mode too. I don't know. Like, I think you're rushing mitts. Like, if you're doing this, you're playing for mitts. And yes, anybody who is part of the randomizer community or is interested this year, of course, the main tournament qualifier period does start tomorrow. So not only are we nearing SG Live, the end of this month, or the rest of this month, is going to be quite busy in the rando calendar, with our main tournament qualification beginning starting tomorrow. And that'll be for the rest of this month, pretty much, for qualifiers for the main tournament. If you're interested, the rules are in that Discord. You will need 6 total qualifiers before the end of that period to get into main. Death Warp from Lanix. Unfortunately, Lanix did not get anything from that early escape play. And Aku did a great job getting through escape, I will say. Like, I was a little concerned about the 3-heart Agate Tower climb, but just very strong climb. Yeah, I know people are gonna always say that like this is the best part of the rando calendar, or like the sports calendar, with baseball, you know, the regular season of baseball ending and football starting back up and all that fun stuff. You know, this is a great time in the rando calendar this year. We've got those main calls starting up. We've got the Cross Keys tournament going. We've got Pendant Mire, and I believe that was a Pendant Swamp as well, with our other 5/6 crystal being a pod. So there is a lot in the Link to the Past randomizer community going on right now. So if you have been missing rando, I will tell you, like, main does mean probably a lot more going on here. But we are seeing the catfish from Akuhaish before getting in the mitts. I think it's a respectable idea. Like, get this out of the way. We have not seen many Moldorm Cave. For all we know, there was some really nice equipment there. Yeah, can't imagine Cross Keys without a tracker. Whew, that's scary. Realistically, I will say the heart piece from Aku are not as big of a deal as you might think. This piece has lovingly been referred to as open heart surgery by some people because of how many heart pieces are in the pool. There's a lot more in this pool. Like 14 hearts is possible in this mode just because of how many pieces there are. $32, $4,800, you know, they're about the same, right? Aku will get plenty of health later, eventually, through pieces. Unfortunately, Aku forgetting the most important thing about a chess game is it does cost money. It is a 30 rupee chess game, and we don't have any money. So yeah, not only are the weekly races going to be doing the Sunday Open Weekly will be the SGL mode for the next bit. We also will have some highlight races or some feature races coming up in the next couple of weeks for main tourney quals as well as other stuff. So do keep your eyes out for those. Should be a lot of fun. Getting more of this. I know there was the No Logic tournament and Casual Boots tournament that were being restreamed here. So those have both wrapped up, I believe, Rick said. So, but yeah, we'll have plenty of other racing going on coming up. Is it the practice races? I forget. Or are those the quals? It's all kind of happening at the same time. I'm in like 3 tournaments right now. Myself, it's a busy season. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Aku right now. On 1 heart in the into the attic of Thieves Town here. This is a little scary. Lanix getting some of that health does help. And these crickets will hurt. Ooh, that cricket almost bit. Here we go, back of escape over on Lanix's side. I like this. There's just been a very aggressive start from both runners rushing Aga. I'm kind of like, cool, but the fact that we haven't even touched South Shore is kind of like a little shocking. I will say, like, Lanix got that bottle out of back of escape. Could be a nice, like, the sick kid turn-in could be important. Hey, we got red rank. We got best rank, folks. Into the blind fight, everybody's favorite scripted boss. Good first 2 phases here. A little scary there. Whew. But Aku through the fight, gets the compass, and a first crystal. In terms of the pieces of heart, you can find that out. If Aku menus, he could show that in his menu. So there is in the bottom right, like a little thing that shows how many pieces you're up to. I will say that Thieves Town play is very aggressive, given that Aku didn't check the rest of Vu. I'm hopeful that, like, yeah, no hammer at least, so we didn't get totally burned by it. But there's little things like this. I like the fact that Lanix went after these early spheres, because realistically, like, you don't usually skip Mini Moldorm Cave. Like, that is just such a dense area, and to have not done it, I would be a little worried for Aku that, like, that could have been Mirror, that could have been Hammer, it could have been Hook. There's a lot of items that could have been there that, like, you're just kind of throwing caution to the wind and saying, I'm fine. Yeah, smart on the arrow game. They're not something you usually see in normal modes. That's more of an inverted entrance we see, because, like, usually money's not a problem this far in, but not great money situation yet. Lanix going after the Skull Woods play here. some people are of the opinion that Skull Woods is practically overworld, so you got to check it. Sometimes it pays out, sometimes it does not. We'll see what kind of skull we've got today. Hype Cave. Hey, we got a couple more hearts now for Aku. That's good. That is a hype cave for him. But we're going to get to see the Smith turn in. Lennox having to be a little careful. Going to go with Bombos. Respectable. Things were getting a little sketchy there. And hey, Sick Kid with some more love for us. Lennox going to check out Bumper Ledge. We did get that cape we got that cape earlier, so nice little check. We'll see if anything's there. That is the Book of Medora, though, so that does give us access to Desert Palace. We will have literacy, folks. Aku, gonna make this play for Eastern Palace. I like this route, by the way. Eastern before Saha. No reason to do Saha first. It actually takes a little bit of extra time to get into Eastern Palace after Saha than doing this route. So smart, efficient routing here from Aku Heish. But that book for Lanix is really helpful. Like, we don't know what our access to desert's going to be. And the fact of the matter is that Mire being a pendant means Flute just might never show up. That or Mirror even. Like, we've got Pendant Mire and Pendant Swamp. Both of those items could just be no-shows. We're going to get to see Chest Game here, and nothing in Chest Game. So Aku not punished by that unfortunate need to skip Chest Game today. pretty light in Eastern, unfortunately, but, you know, it's a required dungeon. Not a bad thing, but you're hoping for more. Oh, besides the hammer, of course, you know. But that'll route nicely, like Eastern into pod. Whew. Sorry, I'm not tired. You're tired. Oh, unfortunate missing the script there. Cleans it up. It's one of those things, like, you get super aggressive with Aga knowing you need it. I don't know if I agree with the play. I understand it. Like, this is very, very hyper-aggressive playing from Akuhaish and Lanix. And, like, here's the crazy part. Look at what Aku just got. Like, in some regards, a more conventional route here to start this race. Look how much better that pays out. Like, I am worried for if somebody in this race does Eastern Palace first, because that's Hammer, that's Silvers, that's Fire Rod. You get the mitts, you go into Vu, you know, you're beating Skull, but you're getting a full clear of Thieves Town, which both of our runners missed. That Thieves Town big chest is very dangerous now. Like, this is, as I said, it's hyper-aggressive play. Could be, you know, the question is, will this come back to bite him? Okay, into the back of Skull Woods as Lanix takes down Blind. Very well done with the keep. I will say, just so people are aware, we have 11 total entries in this race. Just to name the rest of the crowd, even though they are not on our restream today. We do want to shout everybody out. We got Moogle Charm, Falcon, Dr. Bowser, of course, Akuhaish and Lanix. We've also got El Tigre, Signums, The Benjamin, Legendary Moon Hawk, and For the Love of Retro. So, thanks all for who joined today. As the race proceeds, I will say finish times later if and when people finish, but not before at least one of our runners is done here. Nice moth kill there. Well done from Aku Haish, getting us our second item in Skull Woods. Aku's route through Skull gets to benefit greatly here with that. Gets both of the items, doesn't have much to worry about from the rest of this, and we move right along. Lanix going after the arrow game, missed one of those shots, so not going to get the full value of that first play. If you are learning arrow game, just so you know, you get 3 plays of arrow game where the lineup works with this stand right next to the vendor and just fire right as the target is crossing that second fold. So you see that second gap between, or the gap between the second and the third curtain. If you shoot right as it's crossing that, you will hit the target every time. And you can stand next to the merchant for like 3 rounds of it. Now, I will say, while we might not get, like, we've got Pendant Swamp, we've got Pendant Mire, so Flute and Mirror are not required for this seed. What we can say is we will get Hookshot or Mirror. One of those two has to show up in the near-ish future. We do need a road onto East Death Mountain, and those are the 2 ways to do it at this point. So the question is which of the 2 we will find. Now, while Lanix has not done Eastern yet, we are going to see a desert from him. So that's going to be good. Like, we'll find out how valuable this book was. And like, this is a massive play to take advantage of. Like, in terms of this little like Lanix versus Aku Haish race, Lanix gets a very nice advantage with this book. So far, pretty whatever in pod, just a bunch of small keys as we'd expect. We did see a Gina first from Lanix. There is a shield on the desert ledge. Let me hear all that love for the shields, especially after we got a raid from one Miss Scottish Brave. So far, just the compass there in the map chest of Desert Palace. Our big key is on the torch today. Luckily, we do get to start with those boots. Those are the flippers in the Harmless Hellway. We do logically require the flippers today to beat ice, but definitely not an item we need to complete the seed. Logic and wanting stuff are very different things, so... But now we have them. And Aku's got Zora money, so... We'll see how he plays this. He's going to have access to Pyramid Fairy with the 5-6 crystals. He also has access to Zora. So his money's not great for both, but he could definitely hit one of them right now. Aku's setting up for his death warp here. Gets the bug net. Oh, and there's our flute. Okay. I mean, whether or not Desert's a bust really is dependent upon Mirror. That's like, until we see Mirror, I will not call this play from Lanix a total bust. Like, I think there's still a good chance we see Mirror, but until that point, like, we needed some way to get in here. I mean, in theory, Aku doesn't need to, but as I said, like, I don't know that that's the case. It's, you know, the question is, how do we beat Desert today? What is going to be our intended Desert access point, and we'll see. Oh, okay. That's massive. That's a hook shot on Land Molus. Unless that mirror shows up really soon for Akuhaish, I am really worried about his position. Like, Aku's been playing amazingly well up to this point, but that is a really bad place for hookshot. Hookshot opens up a lot of this seed, and Aku needs to do the front of escape to get the cape. Or was it back of escape? He needs to do escape, I believe it was, for cape. Or was it mini Moldorm? Like, the skips from Akuhaish are going to be what kind of bites him here. Okay, it was mini Moldorm. Thank you. Like, I am legitimately a little concerned right now. And yeah, like, the mirror is the big question. If mirror is in GT, if mirror is on East Death Mountain, if it's like the spots just are very numerous. If mirror is locked by the hook, like, that is not a great thing. Like, Aku needs that book off of bumper. And realistically, if I'm a runner in this one, look at the crystals we have. Like, Akuhaish just got crystal 4. A 5th crystal in Ice Palace is open to him. No, Aku did not scout bumper ledge either. So Cape's not really on his radar. And if we need that Bombos medallion, Meyer is Bombos locked. So unfortunately, Aku cannot go into Meyer either. Luckily, it's only a pendant. I'll be honest, if I'm Aku Heish, I might buy a potion here, because I'm thinking probably ice. And that is actually a save scum. Okay. So Aku is going to save that mushroom and potentially able to do a fake powder later. It's probably not worth it at this rate. Because there's our ice rod in Paradox Cave. So Lanix still short the fire rod and the hammer, but has a hook shot and an ice rod. This looks like it's going to be Pyramid Fairy for Aku. I mean, at this rate, we could be in no mode minus Samaria. Big question, where is Cane of Samaria still? We do need that. Another bottle and a red rupee, so not Pyramid Fairy. And just a bee inside of Pyramid Fairy Fountain. And this is going to be South Shore play. So Aku finally hitting up South Shore. Going to get a little bit of money, but the big thing is the Bombos Medallion and Kate. There's a cane, but that is the Cane of Berna. Not the one we're necessarily looking for today. I mean, if Ice Palace doesn't have a Cane of Samaria, is it really, a good old seed? Let's see. Our medallion is Bombos for Turtle Rock. We are just missing Cane of Samaria for go mode here, or no mode, really. But it is not Hookshot Cave. And it looks like Lanix is going to head towards Eastern Palace. So, gonna get that hammer, gonna get those silvers, gonna get that fire rod. Gonna feel a little bit bad about the position, but starting to move into the right spot. And this, I think, is gonna be Ice Palace for Aku. This is you've got the crystal play, make the crystals. Yep. Aku going for crystal 6 here. Or, sorry, crystal 5. I mean, it's hard to say. Yeah, like Hook might not be hard locking the mirror, but like if Kane's just here, then we're still in that same position for Aku. And like Mirror could just be in Hera. Like, there's a lot of options for where Mirror could be right now. And a lot of them are not are not available to Aku right now. Yeah, like, combined Aku and Lanix have a ton of info. Like, if this was co-op, I'd be in love with their position. But separately, they're each missing some very important pieces. Lanix is about to get all that info figured out, though. Like, here comes Compass Chest for Lanix and that hammer. So he'll be in great shape. Like, he'll have the equipment parity with Akuhaish, but also have the Ice Rod hammer or Ice Rod hookshot advantage. Good job on the Ice Palace bomb jump there from Aku. Ice Rod is in Paradox Cave, so gonna have it like it's in the path. This is not a buried Ice Rod seed. Ironically enough, chat, the spoiler log would call the 5 Paradox Bottom, thus living up to its Paradox name. That's a third crystal for Lanix. Still a little bit behind Aku, but starting to catch up. That hammer does give them the equipment advantage now. Oh, actually, still short the flute and the flippers, but a little less important in this seed. But here we go with the cold stare fight. Aku gonna burn that blue potion pretty quick. Gonna have to be really careful. This is a scary fight now. But does get through it. Nice clutch kill there to close it out. And a small key. That dungeon was locked by Canis Samaria. But Aku does leave a lot in the dungeon. A lot of checks are still available. He is going to go back in. And yeah, at this point, Aku does not have to worry about doing another Ice Palace bomb jump. Really, this is a play to kind of clear as much as possible. I will say, if Aku had the hook shot first trip in here, this probably does route smoother. We do see Aku being able to do this right side play. Definitely the first trip. There's the big key. Nice tempered sword. And we'll see what Aku plays here. Looks like chest game is the first. This might be hammer pegs next. And this is going to be purple chest, so we're going to get that turn in. But we're really running out of stuff for Aku. Like, still has the all of Hyrule Castle, but he's been kind of hard avoiding it. And then, of course, when does he hit Bumper Ledge? Because this is looking more and more like it might be a required Hera play, or like a tablet. Oh yeah, both of our runners skipped Ice Rod Cave. Oh my gosh, I don't think we've seen this, even on Lanix's side. Nice stored water walk there from Aku Heish. we'll say, or we'll point out, there's a lot to say for a conventional route in this seed. Just kind of putting the pieces together in my own head. You know, if you do CAC and then do South Shore, you know, kind of sticking to the conventions of rando routing. If you go to Eastern after getting your bow and lamp and sword, you know, head into Eastern Saha, you get your hammer, you get your fire rod, you get your silvers. Like, you could do pod right there as well, beat pod, get your flippers and your flute, end up in Vu, or do Aga Tower next. With that Aga Tower play, you know, you get your mitts into flute activation and Vu. So there's some interesting options here. But, I mean, the big question is still, where is Kane of Samaria, folks? That's the big search, and I mean, what are we down to? Hera? Ether Tablet? Meyer? Spike Cave? Like, I think that's it. Yeah, we did see Big Bomb on Akuhaisha's side earlier. So yeah, I think we're legit down to Spike Cave. Hera, Ether Tablet, and Meyer. So, yeah, if you've joined us a little bit late, the big difference here so far, Aku played very aggressive early, was rewarded for it, getting a lot of his items pretty good. But unfortunately, that aggression did come up back to bite him, it appears, as Aku is missing the hook shot off of Lanmolis, which it appears that the required logic of this seed was to go to Bumper Ledge for the book with the cape we got out of Mini Moldorm Cave, because honestly there's not a lot left, and unless the mirror is in Mire, or Kane in Mire, Aku not in great shape here without that. So this could be a non-mirror seed. And this was kind of that worst case scenario for Akuhaish. And this could be Mire. Looks like Akuhaish is going to dip Misery Mire, and unfortunately we know this. Like, this could be the answer for... If this is the mirror in Mire, Aku's right back in this. But if this is Kane, like, it's not a big benefit. It's, like, it looks like we need book. Like, let me just say, we need book right now. Literacy is important, folks. I mean, I think regardless of what's in Mire, this is kind of heartbreaking. Like, whatever the case is, you hate when this kind of thing happens. Like, you feel like you're on a route and then things just kind of start slowing like, to such an absurd degree. You're just like, what did I do wrong? Here's the thing. Lana's actually quite right about this descriptor. Like, if the Kane is here, it means he doesn't get anything new. All Kane means is that he might beat Mire, and that's like nothing. So like, he's in good shape if it is just the Kane here. Mirror would be more scary. But, like, the more checks that Aku makes, this looks more and more like the seed was requiring you to get book. And now book is becoming the last location for Aku. So, like, this is where the bigger thing is. It's unfortunate. Hera is green pendant. But that is it for Meyer, and we don't have an answer for Aku here. So this is Bumper Ledge. That looks to be last location territory. Aku's on the path. He's just, he's probably a little later to it than he would like to be. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, this seed, you are going to get the hook shot. It's a pendant swamp seed, so you get a little bit scared that this is a hover seed, but the hook shot's free. So, like, you don't even have to worry about that side of things. You're just going to get the hook later. And yeah, there's that moment for Akuhaish getting the knowledge of the book. And I don't blame the route. Like, given the knowledge that we had, I understand. It's just really unfortunate that this became the last locate. Lanix having a bit of a time here with the Moth, but just a couple more. Come on. He just hangs... Moth hanging out in the spikes, but does get it done. Yeah, for Lanix, I think the play has to be go back up the mountain, hit Hera. You've got Hera and Ether Tablet for 4 items. Ether Tablet's 1, 2 in Hera, and Green Pendant's the 4th item total. Your best play is Mountain right now. Meyer is 1, maybe 2 items. It doesn't look great. So, and Lanix is thinking... We're getting the mountain start, but that looks like a flute coming out. We're leaving. This could be a potion stop. Okay, this is a potion stop. This still isn't bad for Lanix. But that is. Although is this the shed? This is shed. Lanix hasn't even been to Meyer area, so I get why this is a lot more appealing. Crud. Okay, so we're not dipping Meyer yet. We're okay. We're still in good shape. This is going to be Pyramid Fairy. That's the thing. Aku's on a last locate with that book, but realistically, up to this point, he has been very efficient. Good Landmo kill there. And there's that hook for Aku. Aku stopped for a second, hopefully. Okay, I was like, Hopefully we're about to continue back on. Up to the mountain. Dead rocks are just bullying Akuhaish to no end right now, unfortunately. But we're gonna get... Aku is gonna go into Turtle Rock or do the Turtle Rock entry here. Unfortunately, no cane, and it is not on Dark Death Mountain. So... this is kind of like... we're pretty sure that this is Hera. And so that means Aku's going to have to reclimb. Yeah, I mean, if it's Spike Cave, we've still got, like, this isn't too bad, but if this is Hera, like, it's looking a lot more painful. But this might be Lanix going up the mountain for Hera and Ether Tablet, so... Lanix might have just taken the lead. It's been a while, but... can't say for sure. Like, if this is Spike Cave is the answer, Aku's still probably okay, because I gotta imagine that's his next play. Yeah, I mean, from an experience standpoint, Aku's definitely has a bit in his favor with this one. Lanix is definitely a little bit greener in that sense, but still gonna be close. Okay, Ether Tablet. What do we got? Just another piece of heart. Aku did escape. Aku last located book. Unfortunately, like, that was a just about perfect last location. There's our big key. There's our first item in Hera. So we got one more item in Hera and one item off of the green pendant. So it's either the other item in Hera or it is green pendant turn in. One of those two is either our mirror or arcane. Bobby, there's the small key. Is it basement? No, it is the big chest of Tower of Hera. That is go mode for Lanix. So, chat, you must be illiterate to beat this seed today. This is a required book. Like, maybe there was a way to sequence break a mirror in this one. And the Dead Rocks to say no, and Lanix is expressing the disappointment. I will say, Aku is not far behind. This is still a race. And I love this hook speed Parapot from Aku. I love this way of doing it. Unfortunately, taking a few extra attempts, but does get it. Very nicely done. If you can get hook speed Harapot, like overall, that's about... Ooh. Okay, Lanix. I see you there. Throwing a Samaria block onto the platform to make it appear. I gotta say, we got some swag strats here. I will say, like, I'm not sure. I think I'm still... Lanix has the time advantage a little bit. But I think Aku's going to catch up. Like, the little minutia here from Aku is making a difference. To be honest. There's little things that, like, as in my position that I'm seeing from Aku, that I'm like, these are where the time benefits are coming in. Aku checking big chest first instead of the compass chest in Hera meant that, like, one less check in Hera, that always be a massive help. Some of the strats that we saw from Lanix on right side here of TR got through the room, but very dangerous. And there's ways to do that room a lot faster. I'm expecting Aku, yep, here we go. Aku going with a Burn-a-Dash here. So gonna make up a little more time in this room. Although it does get the bonk, so that's unfortunate. I'm not sure, like, how much time will be made up here in Turtle Rock, but I see, like, the time slipping away slowly. So this is within GT routing. Yeah, my personal feeling on announcing if anybody is done is I will wait to do so until one runner on the restream is done. I don't like to do that kind of speculation as a commentator myself. Lanix is going to play this a little bit safer, hitting the big chest. This is like a 3% chance that you could have been locked. And that's actually pretty good. We don't know what the key situation necessarily was here in Turtle Rock, but does get a small key out of the big chest. So if the last small key was on Lava Island, that is a time save, and that is not getting 3%ed in TR. Meanwhile, Aku is gonna risk the 3% and go for it. But Lanix will be able to skip all of Laser Bridge. Like, this isn't too bad. Okay, if you're hoping for a good close race, please hope for a small key here on Laser Bridge for Akuhaish. Let's hope for this not being a 3%er. There it is. There's a small key. It is not a 3% seed, folks. We're good. We've got a race. Okay, that is Trinex exploding. I will let you know what the time difference is, or we'll try to get that time difference. Item at 122.02, and that's the half magic. Half magic on Trinex. Cute. And I see you, chat. I see you there, chat. Lanix with 7 crystals is heading to GT, and that is, of course, time for the GT Big Key guessing game. 22 locations in the basement. Where, oh, where is that big key? And will we find a mirror? So we had a 122.02 for Lanix, 122.40 for Akuhaish. So about a 38-second difference after Turtle Rock. I will say I think Aku can save a little bit of time on this run over to GT. Unfortunately, Lanix took a lot of damage on those Lionels. And I expect Aku not to worry about using silvers. He'll just do dashes through these Lionels. Yep. So that's going to be a good time save for him on this. Hey, there's our armor. We did get blue mail today. Couple of small keys as well, but not our big key. And that is 5 down for Lanix. We will be going off of Lanix's number here. Lanix was first into GT and first to 7 crystals, so we're going off of their count. Yeah, while we had the Chrono Trigger MSU for Akuhaish, Lanix was running on the Ragnarok Online MSU today. That is 7 checks for Lanix. Not in Rando Room. Just another piece of heart there in Bob's chest. That was chest 12. $13, no. 14, no. 15, still no. It's somewhere on right side. We've got Hope Room, Compass Room, and Tile Room left, folks. I will say, like, in terms of why the routes have kind of played out this way, this is really a response to the mirror. I think I'll be curious to hear from our runners if this had something to do with lack of mirror. Because there it is, in Hope Room. That could have been a really early big key, and unfortunately, neither runner decided to check Hope. But yeah, that was check 16. In terms of our big key guessing, nobody got it. The closest without going over appears to have been Lana. Our closest with going over was Anakarn? Annika RN? So, GG's to both of them. But yeah, we've got to race up the tower here. Aku playing a little bit safe, gonna get his fairies out of the safety room. Does give Lanix a little bit more of a lead as Lanix is into G3, about to enter G4. But Lanix into land mode 2. See how this goes. Good, good, and very nice. A one cycle land mode 2 for Lanix as Aku gets through G5, entering into his land mode 2 fight. Oh, and Aku missing the one cycle land mode 2 here. Gonna try to get this into a 2. Does get the 2 cycle at least, as Lanix is into Wizropes 2. And I was a little concerned there, but does hit the 1 cycle land mode or Wizropes 2 into Torches 1. Moldorm for Lanix, Torches 2 for Aku. Up the stairs for Lanix. Aku just about to enter that room as well, so still a little bit behind. This could come down to Ganon execution, the difference between 1 and 1, or even Aga 2 strengths here. That's a double for Lanix, nicely done with a really rude pattern. Another double, so that's a 2-2. Unfortunately, a 0 there. Only a 1, though, on cycle 1 for Aku. A 1 there. 1 for Lanix there, so that should be 5. Just 1 to go. There we go. Down goes Aga 2 for Lanix. That's a double for Aku. And there goes Aga 2 for Akuhaish. Both runners did not get the 1 cycle phase 1, unfortunately, so no real time gain here for either, but this should be a pretty straightforward 1 cycle for phase 2. Nicely done from both of them into phase 3. There's that first silver for Lanix. Silver's 2 and 3, and there is silver number 4. We have an exploding pig for Lanix. Akuhaish, oh no! Akuhaish hugging Ganon, and that is a rough death. Really close still in this one, but Lanix is going to take this in the race time room. Lanix finishing with first on restream with a 1:33.26 for 6th overall today. In terms of the finishers up to this point, Falcon was first today with a 1:18.27. Mogul Charm second with a 1:20.03. Dr. Bowser third with a 1:26.53. El Tigre with a 1:28.38 for 4th. Benjamin in 5th with a 1:33.09. So Lanix very close behind with that 1:33.26. Once again, good enough for 6th place today. Yeah, and realistically, like, in terms of Lanix versus Aku, the death does not change anything. Lanix did have the 4th silver in before Aku died. You know, you just hate to see that. That is never a fun thing, like, to get to phase 4 and take a death. But there we go. There is an exploding pig on Akuhaish's side. He will be crossing the bridge momentarily as well. And I will be able to tell you his finish time. Akuhaish finishing second on the restream with a 1:34.54 and 7th overall. Awesome. Get your GGs in chat for both Lanix and Akuhaish as we are joined by Lanix. Hello, GG.
Yeah, thanks, GG. I don't know if Akuhaish will join too, then I would wait a bit.
We can start. If he comes, that is, you know, his choice. But yeah, we can start talking.
Yeah,
Either way.
okay.
I gotta say,
yes, sorry, first.
I was gonna say I was a little surprised by the unconventional starts from both of you. You get Aga access and just say, "I'm going straight to Aga."
Yeah, I saw the gloves that when I saw I was in Keg. You got the lamp. you got a sword, you got another sword, you found the moon pearl. I think, okay,
Yes.
I think that's your ticket to the dark world. And I did Aga as fast as I could.
Yep. We are all now also joined by Aku Heish GG.
Hey, thanks for the GGs.
GG, man.
Yeah, I was saying both of you took that Kakariko and said, I don't care about South Shore or Eastern Palace, the conventional plays. You were just like, hyper aggressive, Aga is the play. It was a big surprise.
Well, I saw the glove on Lumberjack, so that's why I went straight to Aga.
Yeah, it was same for me too.
Yep.
You got everything you need at Kek, so why not? And you have to do Aga sooner or later, and if you have the mids, you have way more possible. There are for the late game or for the mid game, there are so more possibilities that checks are opening up. But I was a bit annoyed when I got to Zahashrala later. I don't know, it was very late, but his closet was really. And I found I saw the bow, but that was a silvers for me. And then I thought, okay, you're already in the eastern area, just do eastern, and you found the hammer. I don't know. It was a bit funny.
Yeah, I went to Eastern, then to Sahas. So a little bit backwards in that way, just to go a little bit faster. My big thing was I never looked at that book. So
Yeah,
I was doing many other things instead of checking that out.
yeah. Just looking over the times on this one, seeing Falcon and Moogle up there, 118 and 120 respectively. What I think had to have been the case there was probably a little bit more conventional, like having done South Shore and probably Eastern before Aga. Because I really think that smooths out a lot of kind of both of where, like, Lanix, you got that early book, which was so massive for the hook. Whereas Aku, you got the early hammer and flippers and fire rod. So, like, if I combine those two pieces and just say, do South Shore, do Eastern, then do Aga, I think that kind of smooths it out where I can see Falcon and Moogle's route a little bit.
Yeah, but yes, the hook shot. It was behind the barn. I think it was on Lenmolas.
Yep.
It was it was also a bit silly, and I thought, okay, the whole mountain is open. Check the mountain. So much checks and get the info. What is what medallion did you need for Turtle Rock?
Yeah, it was just unfortunate you didn't have the hammer at the time to give you access to Hera to get that cane.
Yeah, but I don't think I had the fire rod on this time. So if I had found the cane, I would dip into Turtle Rock.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And then, of course, I mean, I will say we were kind of hoping to see the mirror for you, Aku. Like, that book just was definitely the punish. I do want to bring it to this ending is, how much did lack of mirror change both of your GT routes?
A lot. That's why I usually do DM routes, but with no mirror, it changed entirely.
Yeah, it was same for me too. I thought, okay, you can't do the Dark Magician, so just go full left. And then it was on the hope room, and I think, Seed, really, why?
Yeah, when we got all the way to Armos and nothing, and then it was just the first check in Hope Room. I can't imagine that ever feels good.
Yeah, I was feeling terrible. When I saw that on Hope Room, I thought, why couldn't be it on the tie room? It was more than fair, but well, I was always wondering. So where's Aku? I think he already should have finished, And when I saw the key, I think, okay, he's already on the climb.
Yeah, about as soon as you finished, I fell on Ganon. Or not fell, but I died on phase 4.
Okay.
Yeah, a really unfortunate Ganon hug right there at the start of phase 4.
Yeah, my bow shot was canceled, so I kept moving forward to do the triple bow, and instead I hugged Ganon.
Oh, that's sad.
So, what'd you think of the SGL live mode for this year?
I don't know. I was very surprised about everything. I think, okay, it's first I thought it was an open, and it was then modified. I thought, okay, let's try it. I was a bit frightened because there were not enough safeties for me.
I don't mind this modified open too much at all, really. As you could tell from the early game, just going in fighting blind with 3 hearts and doing Moth with 6. Like, I think my early game was awesome. It's just that book. But
Yep.
as far as SGL, it has to be challenging for the price.
And it has to be fast.
Yes.
Gonna be a lot of races over a weekend.
Right.
But I have to say sorry. I have to excuse me now because it's very late for me and I have to get up early. So I'm sorry. I have to.
No worries.
go now.
I was gonna say we're probably gonna start calling it anyway here, unless either of you had anything else you wanted to discuss real quick.
Oh, no, thank Aku. It was a nice race. It was fun. I think it's the first time that we matched against each other on the live channel.
Yeah, it was the first time.
Yeah, it was very fun. You gave me a lot of pressure because I know you're very good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But well, I have to excuse me now. But so thanks for everything, and I have to say goodbye to everyone.
Yep. Have a great night, Linux. Thanks again for joining us, and GG's. As I said, so this is going to be the mode for the Speed Gaming Live event that will be happening at the start of October. So expect this race to be happening. That the weekly open race will be this mode for the next few weeks. So if you want to get some practice in on the SG Live mode, if you're going to be at SGL and want to practice, you can do that. As was pointed out during the early portions of this restream, if you are going to be at SGL and plan to participate in the link to the randomizer portion of Speed Gaming Live, do make sure to sign up for the event on the challenge page. Those signups will close on Tuesday evening at 11:59 p.m. So you do need to make sure to sign up for the tournament before SGL. So if you are going to be in attendance and want to participate, do that sooner than later. Once again, big shout outs to Solit for doing the tracking today. And of course, do make sure to follow our runners, Lanix and Akuhaish. I have been Jesse, Radical Sniper 99, and thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.